Hello, sports lovers. Welcome to Sports TV. Today's episode is another one. If Anthony Joshua loses to Jermaine Franklin, what happens to Anthony Joshua? But before that, congratulations are in order for LeBron James for becoming the top scorer in the NBA. Kudos to the young man who set out to achieve greatness, and as at now, he is one of the all-time greats. The argument will continue to go on who is the best between him and MJ, but for today, let's congratulate LeBron and celebrate him for the greatness he has attained. Let's be inspired, let us not envy. Now, back to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's career will take a major hit if he loses to Jermaine Franklin. Not just him, the zone, matchroom, and his mental health. These three things would be the major hits because the zone signed Anthony Joshua exclusively when Anthony Joshua had lost the first fight to Alexander Usyk. That was when the zone signed him exclusively, even made him a shareholder and a global ambassador. If Anthony Joshua loses his next fight, he wouldn't be seen in that light. People would then begin to call him a hype job, like they have always said about him. People have always not, or the naysayers have always not regarded Anthony Joshua. They believed a cooked meal was just served in front of him and he just consumed it. But I don't believe so. He has put in the works. The likes of Carlos Takam, Kuba Pulev, Alexander Povetkin were not at their best when they fought Anthony Joshua. But this is boxing. You can only fight who is in front of you. And any man who puts his life on the line must be given enough credit for that. Now, if Anthony Joshua loses, he goes down below Jermaine Franklin. Who is he going to fight? Who is he going to fight? Who is he going to fight? Who is he? That means he must go below top 20 and start building his career, and that may take over 18 months. And will Anthony Joshua, having become rich as at now, be willing to go through all those pain again? Or even now, having been rich and made enough money, is he still dedicated to the sports like he was when he was 26 or 25? Yes, because when a lot of sportsmen attain greater heights, they begin to see things in a different way. Even if they are not at their best, they still believe they are at their best. Just like Cristiano Ronaldo thinks he was still the same Cristiano Ronaldo and deserves to play week in, week out. He has moved away from Manchester United, but is still finding it difficult to discover the old Cristiano Ronaldo. This sometimes has to do with, I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo's own has to do with riches, but his own has to do with age. And Anthony Joshua, if he loses, that means he needs to rest, recover, be mentally fit, and Anthony Joshua may be hitting 35 by then, and I don't think he would have the zeal to go through all those pain, wake up at dawn and go for jogging. He wake up at dawn and hit the gym, wake up at dawn and hit the bags, or put in extra hours, like Marvin Hagler said. When you make it as a boxer and you are wearing those sleek night gowns, the willingness to wake up and train is very, very difficult. When you are in a dark place, you are willing and the zeal is there for you to come out of there. But when you have come out, will you be willing to continue to put your body through all those stress and mental pressures? Anthony Joshua needs to win this fight for his mental health, to save the zone, to I think Under Armour boss beats JD Sports. These people have been with him, so they may have recouped a lot of money, but the zone, I don't think, have recouped or made enough money on Anthony Joshua. I don't think they have even gotten their money's worth. And they signed Anthony Joshua at a time in which Anthony Joshua was not at the top of his game. Since Anthony Joshua, this is the first exclusive fight they are having for Anthony AJ Joshua. Yes, this is the first exclusive fight the zone is going to organize for Anthony Joshua, and even that is not a pay-per-view fight. This tells you the story of Anthony Joshua right now. There is pressure on him to succeed, but another person who is willing and wants to succeed is the 989 assassin Jermaine Franklin, who stocks will go up the hill like a kite if he's able to come out of this fight victorious. Then he would now be on the evening shows in America. He will now be on the morning shows in America. A boy coming from Michigan, having beat a former unified heavyweight champion of the world, his stocks will rise, and a lot of companies would also be demanding for him, and he would have the opportunity to present his family with a better life. So it goes both ways. Whilst Anthony Joshua's hit would be damaging, I don't think if Jermaine Franklin loses this fight, it would be so much damaging on him, because he is still young enough, 28, 29 years. He can rebuild and progress and become a heavyweight champion. He has enough determination and he has enough zeal to become a world heavyweight champion. I just think Anthony Joshua is a superior talent. He is more athletic. The reach advantage and all the advantages and all the natural advantages goes to Anthony Joshua. That makes Jermaine Franklin a quote and unquote deficient. But with the right tactics and the right dedication, Jermaine Franklin can pull the asset. And this would even be more than that of Andy Ruiz. Yes, this will be more than that of Andy Ruiz. Let's watch. When Anthony Joshua was scheduled 1st July to fight Anthony Joshua, to fight at the Madison Square Garden and make history at the Mecca of boxing, he lost that fight. He lost that fight. When Anthony Joshua was scheduled to fight Alexander Usyk and then fight Tyson Fury thereafter to become undisputed, he lost that fight. And even before, if he had cleared the Andy Ruiz fight, he would have fought Deontay Wilder and become the undisputed. He lost that fight. So this is another major turning point in Anthony Joshua's career, having two losses. This is a comeback fight. I don't hope he loses, because that may take him to a dark place mentally. I don't wish bad mental health on anyone. That is a dark place for anyone to go, because Anthony Joshua has shown that there are cracks in his mental health. There are a lot of pressures on him. There are a lot of demands, and these demands often not just come from the fans or the public, but the people investing in you for you to look good to the public. Yes, they make a lot of demands behind the scene, but you see them, they smile, but there is a lot of contrast, and there are a lot of nitty-gritties the boxers or the sports people would have to fulfill or attain in order to get those limelight publications. Yes, so there's a lot of pressure on Anthony Joshua, and Eddie Hearn will take the major hit because he has spoken a lot, and he is now being regarded as a talkative, but Eddie Hearn is just a promoter. He is just doing the work. He is a very good friend of Anthony Joshua, and I wish them to succeed in this particular fight. But another way we should look at it is that if Anthony Joshua loses, the heavyweight economy will take a major hit. Yes, the heavyweight economy will take a major hit. If you look at Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua would make over $120 million. That fight alone, wherever it is, be it in Saudi, be it in America, be it England, that fight can fill a stadium of 100,000 people. Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Yes, so if Anthony Joshua loses, that fight may not happen because Deontay Wilder is 38. By the time Anthony Joshua rebuilds and recovers, Deontay Wilder would be in 40s, and the fight would not be of much significance to become like Carl Brook versus Emma Khan. They will be both past their prime. Though people would watch, but the enthusiasm and the willingness to pay more and the sponsorship coming on board wouldn't be as much as when it happens within this year or early next year. Yes, Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. So if Anthony Joshua loses, that fight takes an economic hit. All those who have invested in Anthony Joshua take economic hit because there is a plan for that fight to manifest, for them to be able to recoup that money. That is a fight in which every investor would want to gain much profit, whilst Anthony AJ Joshua is heading towards retirement. Another fight, Tyson Fury can easily fill Wembley Stadium with over 100,000 people if they are permitted. Can fill the Wembley Sports Stadium. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, especially if Tyson Fury wins against Alexander Usyk, and it's for the undisputed, all the marbles are on the line. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson the Gypsy King Fury would also take a major hit, and that fight can generate a lot of money from the British government, and a lot of people will gain from it. So that is another fight. That Dillian Whyte is also there. He is also looking for a payday again, as I think Dillian Whyte has given up on boxing. He is not chasing greatness again. He just wants to be paid now as at this time. So Anthony Joshua, a lot of people would survive if Anthony Joshua wins his next fight and next 2 fights. That will bring him back to the top, and a lot of good things would happen in the heavyweight division, and the boxing economy would grow. If Anthony Joshua loses, the boxing economy takes a major hit, because Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and don't get paid much if they face it. If they face the same later, then Anthony Joshua's mental health, the zone broadcasters take a major hit. Matchroom boxing would also take a major hit. So Anthony Joshua needs to win this fight. But I bet you that the 989 assassin Jermaine Franklin also wants to win this fight for the betterment of his family, for him to attain greatness. Just like a boy from Michigan, LeBron may not be from Michigan, but he has also set out to achieve greatness, for he to be written, for his name to be cast in stones in the history of boxing. So he is also seeking that. So this fight is a major turning point for Anthony Joshua, and he must be able to negotiate the sharp curve very well, especially if he wins this fight by a majority decision or a split decision. Then that will not be good for Anthony Joshua. He needs to take up one more tune-up fight and team up with Derrick James in order to build his confidence before he steps in the ring with the likes of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And if Anthony Joshua does not win this fight convincingly, which I believe he will knock Franklin out in the 8th round, pretending he does not, I think Anthony Joshua should go for the Deontay Wilder fight next and make enough money, and whatever happens, he's able to cash out sharply. If not, Dillian Whyte is also a decent opponent, or a world level or an above Franklin level, which can upset him. So I wouldn't want him to go into that fight if he struggles to beat Franklin. He should go straight into the Wilder fight. This is my take. What if Anthony Joshua loses? Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do. Thank you. Remember, there is no limit to greatness.